Do you think it's the opposite in like Europe or somewhere? Like if there's a shop where guys kind of work on standard stuff sometimes?
No, it's universal. These things disappear.
So a 10 millimeter in Australia or something is going to be just as difficult to find in a toolbox.
Yes, yes, this is true. This is a universal truth. Little green men come down from outer space and abduct them, or something. Something opens up the ground and it eats them, and they disappear and go away forever.
Kind of like your socks in the dryer.
They probably got married. That's probably what happened.
I don't know.
They disappeared. Yeah.
Yep.
I don't know. And it's also the socket that you can never fucking find.
Yeah, whenever you need something.
Do you know how many 11 millimeter sockets I hit in the toolbox downstairs?
Trying to find a 10?
To get the 10?
There's a bunch of 10s in there.
He's probably right.
I think you guys have lost all of them.
You've got
because they're
6, 11, and 3 13 millimeter sockets. I eventually found the 12 in case it's not a 10, because it's going to be...
Okay, let me get something here. They're used all the time, right? The 10 and the 12?
Yeah.
And who normally uses them? You two. So if they're missing, it's because you guys left them somewhere.
This is Overnight Success. We're going to a commercial break. Welcome. This is Overnight Success. I'm working on this thing. I don't know what it's kind of like a Ricky Bobby deal. Like, I don't know what to do with my hands. I'm trying to make like a, you know what I mean? Is my mustache fucked up? The very first thing.
Every Canberra Holmes.
The very first thing I did,
Yeah.
So we're in a top secret location in Los Angeles County, and you pedaled up here from the city.
Yeah, I did.
Did you have to dodge like homeless and face masks and stuff?
Coronavirus, the whole thing, dude. Yeah, absolutely. Out to get you, every one of them.
I try not to go. I try not to go down that way unless we're seeing a band, or seeing a band.
I don't blame you, man.
Or visiting my buddies.
Personally, there's a sense of relief once I hit the In-N-Out. You know what I mean? Like the In-N-Out.
I think everybody knows In-N-Out now, right? Otherwise, I would explain In-N-Out is a hamburger place on the west coast of California.
It's a California thing, yeah.
And I think it's maybe spread to Nevada or Arizona or something. And I heard England. I heard the Redcoats got one.
No, that's bullshit.
It is. It's fake.
I was just over there. I was just in Scotland. You know this.
It's a very popular hamburger chain, notoriously meshed with the hot rod and custom car industry. And growing up in Los Angeles, being born and raised, when I was young, that was one of the things. You know, once a week or so, you'd take a hot rod because it was only drive-through. It used to just be a little hut.
Yeah,
and it would have like 2 windows. The one on Foothill Boulevard had like two windows on both sides.
Yeah.
There's a little shack, so you could drive cars in 2 ways. And I remember being a kid, and there would be so many hot rods lined up in that thing. It smelled like an exhaust pipe.
It was like the pits.
Yes,
it was like the pits.
That's right.
You're choking on exhaust. Your eyes are fucking burning. You're like, oh my god, I just want a double.
Yeah.
And yeah,
it's great. Some dude's Lopi Chevelle or something in front of you, like just blah 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 blah.
Yeah.
But that was part of it, and we loved it. And the hamburgers are great there. Thank you, In-N-Out.
Okay, so for those of you that don't live in California, from faraway lands and places we don't really care about.
Did I introduce you? I didn't introduce you.
It's okay, fine. We'll get to that later.
Okay.
But Southern California.
This is Mike.
Hi. So Southern California is an interesting catalyst, right? A nexus of many things in pop culture today, right? In one of the other episodes, you hauled down the Rob Williams print, the sign print.
Did. Yeah,
super cool. Right, lowbrow culture started here. Hot rods started here.
Yeah.
Fast food started here. McDonald's, Jack in a Box, In-N-Out. Right. All of these things. Or we were talking about In-N-Out, right? All of these dynasties and fixtures of modern culture and society started right here in Southern California. Not 50 miles from here, right?
Yeah.
So West Covina. The Schneiders started In-N-Out. The McDonald's started Riverside.
I heard a story. Maybe I watched
Jack in a Box out here.
But McDonald's was some people were trying to like hack it, or not hack it. They're making like fake McDonald's. Like you could get like
McDougal's.
No, it was McDonald's, but it was like a franchise, and they were selling fried chicken, and they were just using the McDonald's franchise for a while before they figured it out, or something like that. I heard that.
On.
Maybe it was a documentary.
You remember the? Okay, never mind.
Like
I won't belabor the Coming to America homage any further.
With the Eddie Murphy movie?
Yeah.
Coming to America?
Remember the girl's father had the McDougal's? They've got the golden arches. Kind of a disclaimer here. Neither one of us like obsessively follow any of the things that we talk about.
Right.
So I could be like totally wrong.
We're completely full of shit. If you haven't... We were just talking about McDougal's.
McDougal's. No, that's a real thing, though.
And my grandmother in Hawaii. So take it with a grain of salt. We're just shit talking. We got a visitor. We've been compromised.
Are we? Shit. It's the cops.
Eddie 2 times is here. Poppy's here.
It's the fuzz.
Hey, so this right here. This is your lid. Carbon fiber.
I feel like a mushroom around you two guys.
Just
I'm out there working and working and working, and you're up here jawing away. You keep me in the dark and feed me nothing but BS.
Yeah, it's a better tactic.
It is a Christmas gift from my beloved. It is very nice. As a child of the 70s, naturally I'm attracted to things that are 70s. This is very 70s, the plastic motobill. Which, this is kind of a problem with this helmet.
A little bit of wind gets in. You probably stick a little bit of rubber. Or
yeah. Oh, yeah, I'm just going to put some rubber in the back so it holds it up against that. But at 80 miles an hour, with your head inside the helmet, it sounds like there's a woodpecker sitting outside cracking on your helmet. I mean, the paintwork and the finish is super nice. This is actually real carbon fiber. The thing weighs like 2.5 pounds. It's super light, okay? I don't know how well you can see the inside of the helmet.
You can try the GoPro.
But that's what the inside looks like. It's faux suede, okay? As is the leather. It's a little stiff, honestly, inside. Most helmets I've worn are a little uncomfortable for the first couple of days, but then I get used to it. Are aliens attacking? What's going on with that?
Look, that is a Polish light bulb.
I'm going to have a seizure.
It's a Polish light bulb. It's not the light bulb's fault. This is what I was going to say. This is not the light bulb's fault, because this is like a 100-year-old lamp.
Oh, so the switch is nasty.
The light bulb is actually made in Poland. That's what you were trying to say.
It was a joke, and then I was going to redeem it. Okay.
So now I'm blind because I'm trying to watch you.
Don't watch it.
I know. It's like when you're welding and you tell, I'm going to, don't look.
Yeah.
And what do you do?
You look right at it.
You look right
when
at
they
it.
pull the trigger, and then it gives you that blinding. I'm sorry about that.
Anyway, no, I've got a small snap on the KZ, which means I have a minor exhaust leak. But the thing to do, if you pick up on them early enough, right, is kind of reseat everything, kind of back it off, reseat it, and close it up before it becomes a major exhaust leak.
Blow out the gasket?
Blow out the gasket, right? So on the KZ, these are little copper O-ring gaskets that are pressed in.
For anybody who doesn't know what he's talking about, a KZ is a Kawasaki motorcycle.
Yeah.
It's a KZ1000, and they use them typically for police use and things like that.
Absolutely, besides probably the Honda VFR 750, one of the best motorcycles ever made. Like,
I do agree. Very, very dependable.
These things are tanks. They do there's not uncommon. Ed, how long did your KZs run? How many miles before you retired them?
We tried to go to about 60,000, and then they'd retire them. But the thing was, like in LAPD motor school, what we did is we'd climb mountainsides practically and push them. When a guy would fall, you'd push them over to get them down below, and they'd run to tumble, tumble, tumble. And these KZ1000s, you'd get on, pull the choke wide open, start cranking them, and they'd start right up again.
Remember, only you can prevent forest fires.